Welcome to one and all to our Yes Securities webinar on the what, why and how of evil drafting. Yes Securities, as we all know, offers a holistic suite of wealth and financial solutions. I am Shaina, your host for the session. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yes, indeed. The dictionary meaning of will is the power of the mind to choose a course of action, a feeling of strong determination. Now, will comes in various shape and sizes, and the one that we are going to probe deep into today is the will associated with succession planning, a formal document that allow individuals to direct the way their inheritance would be maintained and divided after the dismiss. As we all know, having a will is a critical aspect of wealth succession planning. With the advent of technology, the process of making a will has become way more convenient and accessible. Today, we even have the option of creating an e-will, an electronic version of a will. In this webinar, hosted by Yes Securities, in association with Wilgeny, we will discuss what an e-will is and how it differs from a traditional will and why it's important to have an e-will and its compelling benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, today with us we have Mr. Jatin Popat, founder and CEO of Wilgeny, who has over 30 years of experience in the legal field. By qualification, he is a lawyer and a qualified company secretary. He is also the founder of Wilgeny that provides succession services. Wilgeny is one of the pioneer in providing first of its kind digital will drafting services that helps us prepare our will online. We have with us Mr. Dheeraj, Head Investment Products and Platform, Yes Securities India, who has over 25 years of experience having worked with Ford Credit India, Kotak Securities, and IIFL Group, handling leadership positions across retail and HNI division. At Yes Securities, Dheeraj is responsible for developing product of the trading platform, creating seamless trading experiences, wealth management solutions, corporate treasuries and fixed income solution and originations of IB MB deals. We have with us Mr. Rajiv Mathur, Head Wealth Broking Yes Securities India, who has over 18 years of experience in BFSI space, having worked with Axis Securities Limited, SBI Cap Securities Limited, and Reliance Security Limited. He is with Yes Securities since November 2015 and he helps the company's overall business growth and relationship development. With this, I request our dignitaries to take over and share with us more about Wilgeny.
A very warm welcome to one and all, those who are present here and those who are present digitally with us. So Jatin bhai, a very good afternoon to you. Dheeraj, a very good afternoon to you. I firmly believe this is going to be a very, very interesting session because this entire concept of will is very, very interesting. And the good part is that I was reading an article that in India, almost 27 crore household people, only 10% people actually has opted for so-called succession planning or will. So in our society, there is a certain taboo as far as this will is concerned. So today we have the expert, we have Jatin bhai with us. So let's understand from him what is the first and foremost, what is the importance of this entire activity? Because we as Indians, we typically shy away from this discussion with our family. So, Jatin bhai, if you can just give us certain dope on why the importance of will in our day-to-day activities.
Thanks, Raju. So, no, will writing, as you mentioned correctly, that there are some misconception and taboo in the minds. But if you see that what we are doing in life, see all individuals, what we do, that we do our career planning, we do our savings planning, we do our medical claim planning, we do our insurance planning, we do our tax planning, we do our wealth management multiplication planning. So all these things we have been doing for 25, 30 years. Almost every year we sit down with the advisors on tax, medical claim and insurance and those stuff. But we never see the last leg, which is the succession planning, which is really missing. What we have been doing, that if we are taking medical claim, so we are taking taking cover of the risk of a medical emergency. If you are taking life insurance, we are covering a life insurance related uncertainty, right? So
Absolutely,
those are
yeah.
in piecemeal we are doing. But I think again the nomination thing we do very piecemeal for something happens to us. So concept is really accepted by us in a way that something might happen, and but however what we do is not correct way of succession, and that is happening via will document. A will document will really help a legal succession to a family, and it will avoid a treasure hunt for the family, because we have seen many a times the people are finding the treasure of the family here and there after somebody's demise. Say for example, one of the client that came to us last month, very rich business people, and the kid is settled in US in a medical profession, very good settled family. So no, they came to us and we were just thinking, if these people never made a will, how this NRI will going to see what has happened to the family's wealth? He won't spend so much time, effort for finding the asset and then claiming it. If there is simple will document is there in the family, they have very straightforward case. They can appoint a power of attorney and just get it transferred. So no, will document is really very easy. Now, if some people are not doing, there are so many unclaimed things. 50,000 crore of wealth is lying in the government, people.
Amazing.
Right?
Amazing.
So, you know that the bank deposits, that dividend, the life insurance policy claim, the provident fund, the people don't claim. Maybe they have died and nobody knows about it. And then after a few years, it goes to government. The government sitting on it. Now, these are the difficulties that everybody should know, that will document is really needed. See, earlier what was happening in the traditional way, that people used to say that one of the eldest family member will take
Absolutely,
over.
yeah.
And nobody was claiming the wealth. They saying, okay, chalega. Father ke baad mein mother, and then elder brother. So somebody was taking care. So succession law is not new in India. It's still there 1925. But now the things are changing. The wealth is becoming more powerful than the relations. Now everybody wants to know what they are going to get, whether siblings, whether wife or daughter, married daughter, everybody. So this is all eventually is finding difficult that people, if don't have a will, they're going to be a dispute. So all this together, if we see, will writing is really a necessary. These developed countries has been doing it for many years. Just like a medical claim, they every 1 or 2 years they make the will, just check it whether it is to be done. But here we are lacking that type of understanding, and that's why I feel that will writing is something really important.
Absolutely, absolutely, Jatin bhai. So you have coined it beautifully. For Indians, it's basically a treasure hunt. So we earn all through our lives. We actually study, then we earn.
Correct.
And all the treasure, so-called little treasure, which we accumulate, it becomes hunt for our successors to actually to get it from the government or the law of land.
Right.
You
We have
rightly
been-
mentioned.
We have so many cases. We have been working as executor also. People don't have, they want a success certificate from the court. So we run for almost a year. 2-3 lakhs rupees they spend because there is no will. So, and the money is going to equally to the family. So all these things are difficult for the family.
Absolutely. And this 50,000 crore, what you mentioned, is quite a significant amount.
True.
So that's quite amazing data, Jatin bhai, and I'm sure the overall essence of this treasure hunt will reach to the last mile.
It should.
Another question, Jatin bhai, which comes to my mind is that though it now relates to 50,000 crore of treasure which is lying with the government, but why the word will genie? And what was your journey as far as will genie entire origination, germination is concerned?
Yeah, let me briefly tell you. So, we started, I'm a lawyer and a company secretary by profession, so I was working with a corporate for almost 10 years as a legal head, and then I came to the practice. I realized that B2B, there are so many things are happening, but each individual as a household doesn't have a legal connections, and the will is something which is missing. I did awareness related research. We are seeing that will is the vertical which is missing in India. In other developed country, it is there for 2-3 decades, but in India it is missing. So we thought, why not to come to this type of thing, and to reach the masses, we develop a beautiful software. People can quickly make a will sitting at home in a fixed cost. So that was the thing, and later on we started getting good appreciation from the media. Almost all the media has covered us. We got a good partnership with the HDFC, ICICI, Yes Bank. All the people are partner to us. So we have got a very good appreciation that this is needed, the thing is needed, and that's why we are now taking it forward. Will Genie is just a genie which is available for you for will matter. So that's how we are here.
Beautiful, beautiful. No, you're absolutely right, Jatin bhai. We have, when we were going through the entire process and we were evaluating your state-of-the-art system as far as will writing is concerned, my compliments to you. And I'm sure even our clients and colleagues will be benefited out of this entire solution. Basically now we want to understand, and we want to understand from you, Jatin bhai and Dheeraj, that what will be the entire process which will be there as far as if any of our clients wants to go for this solution.
Thanks, Rajiv, and thanks, Jatin. I think it's great to have you on this forum, and thanks for partnering with us. I think the prior partners, being in large private banks, is a testimony of your success in this product. Congratulations for creating a great online platform. And I think the availability of an online platform gives the access to everyone in this country to draft a will. And in this context, I think as other people have tied up with him, we also have tied up with him for a referral arrangement. I think under this arrangement, we would refer clients to you who has a need. And I think if this need can be fulfilled in a seamless, fruitful and meaningful way, I think it can enable our relationship with our clients. So I think to get the ball rolling, I think we're going to start by offering two products. I think one is a standard will, which is about 2,999, and the other one is a advanced one, which is for 4,999. So just a small brief on the two products that we have. I think the one is a basic one. I think you can correct me, or you can add
Express Online.
Express Online, which enables you to log into our portal, fill in the details, and just take a printout, and you're done in terms of doing the journey of drafting a will. The other one is a little bit more advanced, more detailed in terms of what kind of assets you have, what kind of bank accounts you have. You engage your team in terms of how to end up filling those details and guiding as a process kind of thing. Is there something more that you have to offer in what we offer as a product? I think would like to hear from you on this.
Yeah. So what's happening that earlier the way people were trying to do a will, they used to go to a legal professional. They spend couple of weeks meeting them 2-3 times. So time and effort was too much. The awareness was little low. There was no branded in this type of will, trusted brand which is giving only the will services. So these are the things that we realized that online will, which is something is going to be help for them for the easy to use module for drafting a will. So this Express Standard Will is something which is a quick 10-minute job where you can just mention about you and your family and the asset you own. Just you give a names that these are the asset I am owning, and then you can complete it quickly with the wishes that whom to give. It's a just 10-15 minute job. The other one is a standard online will where you want to inform to your family, this is the asset I've got. Normally quite a few people, more than 70% people which we have seen are giving full details to the family. So whatever is they hold today, they just mention all the bank account, all the demat account, the properties. We don't ask the value in the monetary terms, what is the value of the asset which they hold. So that we avoid. But it's going to be a guiding map to the family for the treasure hunt. They can't do the game of treasure hunt while somebody is not there. So basically giving the details. So these two products are quite good, and it has been taken very well. Thousands of people are making this.
How does the law interpret a standard one and an express will?
So legally both will are fine, because the law says that a will written on a plain paper signed by a person with the two witnesses is supposed to be accepted by all the court of law. Now the content is not defined in the court of law. There is no mention in the law what is to be mentioned very clearly. So whatever wishes you have to mention. Now it's a perception. People says, I have kept a book in my house which contains all the detail. I don't want to give detail in a will. So he can choose the product like an express will. Okay, I don't want to give a detail. And somebody is giving more detail. Legally both is fine.
So Jatin bhai, on this I have a question, and this is a query basically, that usually since we are talking law, so people say that, okay, as I have a will, the first question is that do I have to register it?
Okay.
And the second is, again, what I feel that people say that, okay, I have a nomination in the bank account.
Right.
So all these three has the same binding in terms of law.
Right. So this concept of online will be introduced in India just like in other countries, that you can draft a will, you can print it and sign. We have to see whether the stamp duty is payable or not. So to just tell you that as per the Indian Stamp Act and Succession Act, writing a will on a plain paper is completely legal. The stamp duty is exempted. So that is the one thing.
Great.
Secondly, after you write a will, whether you have to register it. Registration also is optional. This is the only document where it is optional. Section 18E of the Registration Act says that it is optional. If you want to add government as one of the more witness, third witness, then you go and register it. Otherwise, two witness document is legally fine.
So what I understand is that stamp duty is not mandatory.
Correct.
Second, that registration it depends on the client. If they want government as a witness,
Right.
then they can get this registered.
We also help them because we have, I think there are
Got it.
660 district offices in India. They can do registration at those places. We have associates, we take help. I think in our calculation about 7 to 8% people, they do registration. Sometimes there is a huge wealth or sometimes there is a nuisance character within the family. To avoid any challenge, they get it registered. So that's
Got it.
how
Got it.
it has been done.
Got it. And what about nomination? Is it same in bank account nomination or a will?
So what is happening, technically nominee is just a trustee, right? He is not an owner. So if I say, for example, I say that if something happens to me, my flat to be given to my wife as a nominee. So
Right.
the society or a bank, when they give the money, they can take the money or custody of the property. They can't be owner. So who is the owner? As per the will. If I mention that my flat should go to my daughter, my nominee, my wife, is just a caretaker, right? So nomination has been, so many case law has been proved that they are just trustee, whether demat account, whether it's a property, except insurance where there is a married woman policy is there, which is dedicatedly for a married woman. So those are the couple of exemptions are there. Otherwise, everything is a nominee is just a caretaker.
Okay.
Right, so that is something everybody should know, that people says that nomination, joint holding is there. I don't need to make a will, but that's all wrong myths. No, people are carrying it.
Got it.
To carry on from what Rajiv is saying, I have one more query. I think we come from a nation of multi-diverse, multi-communities, and if I draft a will, is this applicable as a uniform in the court of law, or is it drafted differently for different communities?
Right. So in India, the succession law has been based on the personal law. The personal, what is the personal law? So there is a Hindu law, which include Jains, Buddhisms, and Sikhs, the Hindu law, Parsi law, Christians, and Muslims. So the Hindu, Parsi, Christian, if they make a will, as per the way what we are suggesting, there is no secondary thought on personal law.
Okay.
Because if a Hindu person has not made a will, then the asset will be distributed equally within the wife, living mother, daughter, son, everybody. But if I make a will and I say everything will go to my wife, so if I make a will, that will be supersede the personal law requirement, right? So this is the thing that all the personal law one can override with the writing of will.
Okay.
The Muslims is only a religion where they are not allowing to write a will of all the asset because the Sharia law applicable to them. So Sharia law says that 1/3 of the asset you can give it to as per your wish. 2/3 will go to the extended family,
Got it.
which include your brothers, sisters, and all. So in Muslim there are different sects. So what we are saying that online will we are not suggesting for them. They can contact us for offline services. So we have Muslim legal experts who help them to create a will or a trust. Quite a few Muslim countries has done trust as the best way to do a succession planning than the will.
Great.
Great. So I think in continuation of the discussion that we've had, and now we understand the validity, the importance, I think how does somebody on board onto our platform, or how does Viljini assist in this entire process?
Right.
So we've simplified this entire process and we've created two journeys. One is do it yourself, which is a very simple, as you mentioned, a 10 minutes journey, where A link is available on the Yes Securities website, wherein he clicks on the Will Genie icon, and then it takes him to a journey to log in, registers the details, makes the payment, and fills in the details, and he's ready to print the will for us. Secondly, I think we also enabled the RM assisted model. I think in this, any client desirous to know a little bit more details, our RMs can help in assisting the entire journey, keeping in mind that the privacy of client is most important. So any interaction that happens will happen directly between client and the Will Genie, sorry. So wherein any interaction goes through the email, from the email a password is generated, and from that he begins the journey of filling those details kind of thing. But more important, I think the most important thing is that we have a great engagement model with Will Genie. He's got a team of 6 lawyers and a team of 6 assistants that assist in the entire process. Any queries or any resolutions or any requirements on the law side, I think can be assisted by Will Genie team. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's easier for any customer to visit your website. They come to our website and make a payment online, and then they get icons for their own profile building, male, female, which religion they follow. It's just 30 seconds they can spend on this, and they can create a profile based on which we ask them the questions about family, about the asset, about the wishes. So it's a very seamless, very user-friendly, and very simple process. However, there is also backend available for all the online people. We have a team of lawyers and will advisors. They are always available on online chat, WhatsApp chat, email, phone call. So sometimes everybody, when they are making a first will, they have many questions. Yeah. Like, when we had a first medical claim policy, we had questions.
Absolutely.
Now we don't do.
Correct.
So whenever in India will have a first, they will have questions. So we have a very strong backend, and if you see even our Google reviews, you will see that people have been writing long reviews with a 5-star.
Yeah,
so people are really happy the way it has been. They had in mind a very complex subject, but when they complete the process, they are so happy and enlightened that this is so easy. Why they were not done earlier?
Absolutely. So what I understood, Dheeraj, that what we have created along with, we have partnered with Will Genie, the entire process is seamless. And it's a DIY kind of journey. And at the same time, if the client has any query, then there is a team available who can assist the client. That is point number one. Second is that you rightly mentioned that the confidentiality of this entire process, the sanctity of this entire process is maintained.
True. So all our software is being 256-bit encryption model. So all the will-related data which is sensitive, it is in encryption model. So even no one from my team can see what it is mentioned, except the name of the customer and the registration detail. We don't know anything. So it's 100% confidential. Wow. People even don't have to share to your family whether what they have mentioned.
Great. So Dheeraj, I have a question. Like, what is our promotional plan on this? Because this is a solution. This is a fantastic solution wherein majority of the clients are in need of this. So what is our plan on
I think this is a highly personalized offering. I think more you know your client is more you can serve him better. I think through various interactions, I think one way to get initiated on this interaction is to use Jatin Bhai's good offices and have constant engagements through various webinars or client interactions where a lot of queries, or we have a support line that can speak to your team and clear the queries kind of thing. And the otherwise, I think we keep doing mailer campaigns. I think it's more of a knowledge sharing kind of a promotional activity. Why do you need to have a will? What is the benefit of a will? And then the engagement model at your end with your team of lawyers can only help serve the client better. I think that I would summarize in a way.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great, exciting journey for us. So far, we have done thousands of will, and we are looking for a 1 million benchmark in a few years with the partnership with the Yes group. And I think we can achieve it very smoothly. I have no doubt about it. I'm requesting Anshul to brief us.
Yeah.
No, Jatin Bhai, this is absolutely very, very, you can say, enriching, and it contains a lot of valuable information, the entire session. So I'm sure all my colleagues, all my clients, all of our stakeholders, they'll use this, and this will give a solution which is actually needed by all of us. So over to you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this insightful overview with us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we also have with us the joint MD and CEO of Yes Securities, Mr. Anshul Arzare. He has over 2 decades of rich experience in the Indian capital market and financial service industry. Anshul has been associated with Yes Securities since its inception in 2013. He defines the growth strategy and enhance our brand equity. He also drives synergistic growth across all business units with the aim of achieving the vision of establishing Yes Securities as the first choice investment solution partner. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time from your busy schedule. I would request you to please say a few words.
Thanks, Shaina. I think this is a very, very important offering from our side towards our journey to of a partner to a client for his wealth creation. So while when the customer or our client is creating wealth, we partner with him to give him solutions to create that wealth. This is one side of it when his wealth, which he has created, has to go also to in the right hands in a right manner to for whom he has created this wealth. So I think with that perspective, this solution is the last loop, last mile in the loop, which also gives a solution to the clients to disseminate his wealth very, very properly and the fashion which he wants to, for whom he has created this wealth for. It's like an insurance policy when you take. So you take this policy to take care of eventuality or an exigency which you cannot foresee. I think this is similar side of it, where you cannot foresee a certain things. Future is unpredictable, as equity markets are also. But this way you can at least secure whatever you have created asset for your near and dear ones goes into the right hands in the right fashion when you need them for the most. So I think I want all of our team members also when they are interacting with the customers to take this particular solution very, very actively, because this is something which is like social service also. I'll say that people do not realize the importance of it. We all do not realize importance of life till the time we don't see a situation where we are really striving to be alive, you know. So this is something of that sort. And thanks Viljini. I think this solution is something we thought is very, very badly needed to take care of our clients' future wealth as well. So thank you so much for giving us these solutions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was amazing to hear from our visionary experts, a treasure trove of learning and insights. Now it's Q&A time. If any one of you has any questions, which I'm sure you would have, our experts will be happy to answer them all. All right, here we have a first question. In online, can probate be done?
Yep. So let me explain the basic concept of probate. Probate is to be obtained after the death of a person when there is a will. So will has to be there, then the probate can be applied to the court of law when very complex assets are there. So normally we have seen 80 to 90% people don't need a probate. But when the probate is required, they have to go to the court of law to clarify this was the last will and there is no objection. So now online will also is like a will, it's a drafting service. The lawyer which is going to draft your will, similarly we are doing via software. So there is no difference between what the legal professional is going to draft for you or online. Both his requirement of a probate, if at all, required by any banks or any property people. So yeah, I think online will also has a probate requirement if at all needed.
You mentioned about signing off the will along with witnesses. So who can these witnesses be?
Sure. So witnesses we recommend should not be the beneficiary or the nearest relatives. They should be a distant relative or a friends or a colleagues or a neighbors or no, and they should be younger in the age. So when, if at all any challenge comes on the will, whether this will was genuine or a forged, one of the witnesses is called in the court of law to explain whether it was signed in front of you. If one of the witnesses say yes, then it is accepted. So witness should not be connected to the beneficiary, but it should be a extended person,
Valid
not
point.
so
Yeah,
not
yeah.
so close person.
So one thing you mentioned that they have to be young.
They should be younger.
Yeah,
They should be
absolutely.
available when there is a challenge.
Correct, correct. Very
I
valid.
think we have one more question. The question is, can I modify the will? And there's a query on modification of signed executed will. Is there?
So yeah, modification of will is not exactly a modification. You can do a codicil, a single page of a supplementary will when there is a few changes are there in your life, like your flat is given to X, now you're going to Y. But normally what we suggest, like an insurance, we don't do modification so regularly. We do a new whenever we do a new, a fresh
So
will.
it's advisable to do a
fresh
will.
is a good way to protect way instead of confusing the people, right?
I think.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Sir already asked, how can I modify the will? And I guess everyone has the clarity with these questions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your proactive participation in this webinar. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed hosting for all of you. Wish you all very best. This is your host, Shaina Khan, signing off. Thank you.